Hands up. Who wanted to be an astronaut as a kid? Hands up. Who would like to drive a flying car? Hands up. Who would like this country to become far more prosperous than it is now? Mr. Toastmaster, ladies and gentlemen, fellow members and most welcome guests, venture capitalist Peter Thiel recently said, "We wanted flying cars, instead we got 140 characters, Twitters." For after all, picture yourself 50 years ago in 1965. 1965, a year where supersonic airliners were being designed. 1965, when the moon beckoned ever closer in the obsidian night as probes reached it. 1965, when everything seemed possible, from the infinitely small to the infinitely big. 50 years thence, what happened to the future? Where are the supersonic airliners and the colonies on Mars? Where are they indeed? Is it not amazing, however, what we have achieved in the meantime, over the last 50 years? We can now surf the information highways on our smartphone, iPads and laptop, sit comfy in our sofas at home, and order a takeaway dinner, access music, movies and lyrics from countless countries and era, or Tinder away, right, left or center, to find the love of our lives. Is it not amazing indeed? But what is a smartphone, after all? But merely the grandchild of our grandfather's telegraph, reached through incremental, stepwise progress. A grandchild made possible in many ways by gambling away what we currently have in favor of very risky discoveries. Famously, consultants said mobile phones will never sell more than 1,000 units. We know what happened next. Risks. Risk-taking. Our life would surely be blander and more different if we went for the risks that we are taking or we've taken in the past. Such is the result of one of the risks mankind has taken several times in its history, just like the tomato of my friend Valerio. This laid over the seas, over the horizon and far away from the shores of Europe. But some brave men left Brittany and the West Country to sail away in the unknown and bring back untold bounties to us. And it was this same spirit that powered the pioneers of the space age to jolt their nations ahead and unleash an era of untold discoveries. But this spirit seems now gone. In between taking 2 selfies, we've forgotten that reward, that great things, are precisely reached through risks alone. But it's not only in space exploration that we've regressed, literally. 2003, the year mankind stopped racing the sun. 2003, the year Concorde last flew. The year we stopped racing the sun by skimming the edge of space, the edge of heavens, the edge of dreams. I'm sure all of us in this room, while stuck on a metal tube on a transatlantic flight, have wondered, why is it taking so long to get to my destination? Why, indeed, is it taking so long to fly across the Atlantic? Longer now than it used to be 20 years ago. It is because mankind has failed to slay its worst enemy. Mankind's worst enemy. Expensive energy. Once upon a time, we had a dilemma as human. We could only do so much with our muscles and so much with the animals that surrounded us. The decision had to be made. And the decision was to burn the bare rocks themselves, to unleash a new era of untold history, to leap into an industrial revolution. And ever since that revolution, energy only became ever cheaper and more abundant, until, about 40 years ago, the curve brutally stopped. there lies in my hand, in between my two fingers, 7 grams of uranium. Enough energy for all of us in this room for 1 year. Such is the power of the atom in our hand. A power that we've never unleashed, because we recoiled in horror at the gamble, recoiled at the risk. And in the seas that makes up our blue globe lies trillions of these, waiting, yearning to be harvested until the end of time, because there are so many of them out there. We recall at the gamble, we call that the risk. Groundbreaking research done 50 years ago sits yellowed and forgotten in the National Archive. Such was the price of risk adversity. Gambling away a prosperous future for our children. Guilty, risk of adversity, or gambling away prosperity of our children. A beautiful poem says, to try is to risk failure. The person who risks nothing is nothing. He cannot learn, feel, grow, change, or live. Chained by certitude, he is a slave, was forfeited all freedom. Such was the result of mankind's greatest gamble, slipping the surly bounds of Earth to set foot on the moon. This was the result. We as a country today, we face a choice. For prosperity is merely a choice and a decision. I like to say it. We have the choice. We have the power to start thinking big and look to the high-hanging fruit waiting to be plucked from the tree of ingenuity. To the moon in the obsidian night that's looking back to us and say, when are you coming back to me? We can say to her, we are coming back. We will plant our flags out there. But only the nation and people who risks are free and prosperous. There cannot be no prosperity without risk. Only the nation who risk and the people who risks are free and prosperous.